After I had a stupidly frustrating round in Miami, we are now in round number 7 in Imola for the GLS Gold category, and I'm here to unbit a little bit my tongue. And because it is round number 7, that means that we are now in the second half of the season in the GLS Gold category. And for now, Faster is leading with 236 points, followed by Spectre with 215. Meanwhile, I'm down in 6th with 160, tied with First Killer, but I am escalating slowly. Meanwhile, my teammate Ismail is down in 11th with 91 points. And in the Constructors, McLaren is leading with 382 points, followed by Sauber with 375 points. Then it's Haas with 306 and my team Alpine with 251. Mercedes is the constructor that is in last with 52 points, and oh my god, Racing Bulls is in 9th with 130, so Mercedes is in dead last. And maybe they're stuck there for the rest of the championship. And now we're back in normality with a standard 18-minute qualifying session and a 50% race length race. And it looks like it is gonna have bits of rain. So, well, I have practiced a little bit on rain, but maybe it's not enough. Hopefully I don't get last or DNF in the race. But oh my god, the thing that I'm concerned a little bit is the track limits, because when I was practicing I was cutting so many corners and running wide and having lots of track limit warnings. And at the beginning of qualifying I was kinda the same, because I invalidated my first lap, but my second lap I had it validated and set a time of 1:14.9, and to make things better, on the third lap I set another validated time and it was a 1:14.6. But I was kinda pissed because I was expecting to get up into like P3 or something like that, but I only managed to get up to 5th, a single place, and now I get dropped down to 6th. So, well, maybe if I didn't set that time I would get dropped down to 7th, and that's pretty much crucial because that means that I'll be a row more at the back. Like, I'm gonna start at the 3rd row, and if I have started in 7th I'll be in the 4th row, so that's a lot of matter. Oh well, let's check the rest of the qualifying results. And Janox, as usual, sets pole with the time of 1:13.9, and he's the only one to set a sub 1:14. Meanwhile, Ricardo Rangel Vitorm, he's come back to race against us, and he's on Ferrari and set a time of 1:14.3 flat. And Faster is in 3rd, and Gamma is in 4th, Spectre is in 5th, and I'm in 6th, Artur in 7th, First Killer in 8th. And well, hopefully you have checked the rest of them, but I'm not gonna tell you. Let's get into the race. And it is starting with rain pouring, and I'm gonna start on full wets. At 1 second I was thinking I would start on interest, but then I saw that everybody was gonna start on full wet, so I decided to stick on that tire compound, and with 51.5 kilograms of fuel loaded, we are on the way, and I head into the Variante Tamborello. Oh, Ghana has run wide, and I get up into P5, and it's pretty stressing because Arturo is on the inside with me, but not anymore, and we head into the Variante Villeneuve, and I exited pretty good, and we head into Tosa. Looks like my teammate has spun round to the last place. Oh my god, Ricardo Rangel is out of the race, and that deployed a beautiful safety car. Now I'm up to 4th, and damn, that, like, he is a bit ridiculous sometimes in the race. He sometimes doesn't take pretty seriously, and DNFs and maybe even retires after he doesn't want to race anymore. That race now BSC is ending, and we have a total time that is getting so low. Fortunately, I did not get a drive-through penalty, and I pretty near with Spectre, but laps passed and he was way faster than me. And on lap 5, his teammate overtakes me down the inside into Tamburello. I decided to brake a little bit early, and I was trying to do a bit of a switchback, but he ends up exiting a bit better than me. And on lap 9, I get overtaken by Arturo, just like I got with first killer. But actually, I'm still in 4th with the penalties applied because Arturo has 6 seconds of penalties accumulated, and first killer received his first 3-second time penalty. Or maybe he's only one that he'll get in the race. I don't know. This track is pretty much impossible to complete it without having any track limits warning unless you're extremely careful, which doesn't happen. And I am one of the few that still doesn't have any penalties, because I'm gonna tell you, it's extremely hard to maintain on track limits. Laps passed and the track was getting less wet, and drivers were boxing for inters, and at the end of lap 11 I decided to call in to box for inters. And while I am doing my pit stop, others are doing as well, such as Faster and Valiant. I get dropped down to 6th and then to P7, and Panela is out of the race, and that deployed a full course safety car, so that's a little bit of a timing. And I mean a little bit, because the ones that are yet to pit will have the full advantage. At least I have boxed, but well, like I wish I hadn't boxed right now. But well, the damage is done, and I only managed to get up to P6, P5 with the penalties applied, and on lap 16 we are once again racing, and we head into the time below chicane, and Valiant tries to dive bomb to me. Fortunately, I did not end up spinning, and he backed up a little bit, and now the gap has increased to 8 tenths, and meanwhile I'm doing a bit of a great at the beginning of chicane, and I ran a little bit wide into Tosa, and that's hurting a little bit, and I was falling apart, and I was losing my touch in the inters, and as you can see, that's one example. Heading into Tamburello, I lost my rear brakes, and for that I dropped down to P8. Now the gap between Arturo and myself is 5.5 seconds, and despite him having 9 seconds of penalties accumulated, I'll be falling apart so much that his penalty will be nothing more than such a decoration, and the gap will be more than 9 seconds, and we'll finish in P7 instead of being demoted down to P8. And look at that, now the gap is 6.0 seconds. And you know what's also falling apart? My tires. It's barely lap 25, and my most worn out tire, the rear right, is at 65%, and my rear left is on the 50s. And meanwhile, in the gap, now I'm down in 8th, even with the penalties applied. And now my teammate Ismail is the one that is behind me. And it'll be a shame if he overtakes me, although he needs to pull a 6-second gap with me because of his penalty. And as the laps passed, I was getting more worried about my rear right tire, as it is getting now to 80%. And it is lap 28. I have 5 laps. 5 laps. And usually the puncture zone starts at 75%, so now it can puncture anytime right now. And also, to make things worse, my tires, well, that tire wears 5% per lap, so yeah, I might actually not make it into the end. And Ismael now is less than a second behind me. Although yeah, now the gap between Valiant and myself is 13 seconds. Honestly, I am not worried about the gap. I'm worried to even finish the race. And it's not my problem, because some of them are also suffering. Racer is now out of the race, and somebody had already boxed. And despite my teammate overtaking me, I am still in P8 on track, but looks like I am cooked because I have 91% of tire wear. And it is lap 30, and my Mercedes driver is, oh my god, he's lapped, so yeah, that doesn't matter that much. I thought like he was already having a puncture right now, and now my tire is at 92%, and Tano is overtaking me down the inside into turn 9. No, he doesn't, but meanwhile I'm trying to survive, and Ganna is about to overtake me. Looks like he has boxed, and yeah, he's having infinite traction compared to me, and I am defending myself. I am exiting Aqua Minerale, and well, he gets a better exit than me automatically. And also Rain is stopping, so that means that some drivers actually boxed for slicks. But meanwhile, I'm surviving and trying to make it to the end, and it is barely lap 31, about to begin lap 31, and I'm defending 2 drivers, and my tires are at 95%. No, I won't make it. I won't make it. I don't know how will I make it. Like, my tires will be at 100%. I don't know if it's like that and nothing happens, or I get an automatic puncture, or I don't know. But I begin the final lap of the race with 98% of tire wear on the rear right. Rain has stopped, and I'm in 9th out of 10, although it says 9th out of 11. And now I'm at 99% of tire wear, and I head into Tosa. I'm afraid, I'm so afraid, and no, it's 100%, no, I got a puncture, and now I feel it, I got a puncture, no, I get an automatic puncture, no, I did not make it to the race, no, oh my god, like, yeah, I'm down in 9th, and maybe I'll finish 9th, but at least I'm not in last. But I don't know, maybe First Killer will actually overtake me, but he's pitted, so maybe he actually got the puncture just like me. Alfie's lapped, so he cannot overtake me. And meanwhile, I'm trying to finish the race in P9. I'm trying. I am breaking into Aqua Minerale, Oh my god, that is impossible to drive. This is undrivable. Like, I can't. And first killer is a minute and 5 seconds behind me, and now gap is beginning to fall as I got puncture, and first killer is on soft, so he'll destroy the gap, and gap has gotten down to 53 seconds, 52, and I head into Rivazza. No, I don't break pretty good, and I spin once again. Oh my god, please, 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 let me finish the race. Yeah, I can, please, 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 let me finish in ninth, Oh my god, I get into the final corner, I exit it. Oh my god, I cannot press much my throttle. Oh my god, please, please, please. Oh, yes! Oh my god, I finished in P9 at least. My rear left tire was at 89%. Oh my god, I almost finished last. Now let's look at the race results, and I am the only one who finished without any penalties. Janox won the race, and even he had a 3-second time penalty. Spectre finishing second, Faster in third, Valiant in fourth, Arthur in fifth. Like, if I had boxed, or maybe I had conserved a little bit more my tires, I could have finished in like 6. But instead, Gamma finished in that position and with the fastest lap. Or maybe I could have finished in 5th. Well, oh my god, a bit embarrassingly, but my teammate finished ahead of me in 7th and no finished in 8th. But, well, at least I finished. At least I finished it. Despite a disastrous 9th position, I managed to get up to 5th in the championship because first killer, which was the one that I was tied before this race, actually finished in 10th. So I have now 2 more points than him, and at the top is Faster still with 276 points, and Spectre still is in second with 252. Andres Sanchez is in third with 213, even though he hasn't participated the last 2 races, and I don't know what's happening to him. But Valiant is going to overtake him if he keeps being absent, because Valiant has 200 points. My teammate Ismael gets up to 10th with 118 points, tied with Wysowski. Unfortunately, they did not give us an update about the constructors, but the thing is that even though I have gone back to school at that time because spring break was over, the next day was April 30th, and because April 30th was Wednesday and then the next day was May 1st, I had no classes on that day because of Labor Day, and so I decided to participate once again in the diamond category as a reserve, and once again I get to participate because there was seats available, and I want redemption. After that horrible race in Miami, I wanted to have a redemption race, but I was thinking that I needed to wait until my semester was over, which was like at the end of May. But well, I did not have to wait a lot, and instead had to wait until April 30th. So here we are at the diamond category in round number 7. At the beginning of qualifying, it was almost a copycat from the gold category from yesterday because I invalidated my first lap, but the difference is that my second lap that was validated was right after setting that lap, because I decided to turn it into a second outlap, and I set a 115.1, which was provisional pole, but it is because not so many drivers has had pretty serious lap times right now. It's just only the beginning of qualifying, so they're gonna set better lap times than me and they'll drop me down a few places. And I'm telling you that because that's the worst lap time that I have set in this qualifying from today and yesterday. And then I went to another attempt to set the lap time and I invalidated it, and at the end I am on my 4th attempt, and unfortunately I'm not gaining, and I head into Aqua Minerale, and what do? Bottle in at the exit of it, and damn, I did not think that I would perform way worse in qualifying this category than in gold, because I set a worse time than in the gold. And I'm being dropped down the order as it is predicted, and so my final time is a 115.175, which places me down to 9th. And if I have set the same time as I did in the golden category, I would have qualified only up to 7th, so in reality that wasn't much of a difference. Right behind Milton and ahead of Jorge Chavez, because oh my god, the gap I would have been a millisecond faster than him. Well, Postler got Paul with a time of 114.06, then Cesar Aguilera in second with 114.2, then Luciao in third, then Zenote in fourth, and then Nestor Martin in fifth, and well, my teammate from the gold category, Ismael, qualified in P13 with a time of 116.0. And hopefully you had a quick look at the race preview, as I'm gonna start on mediums just like everybody else, and there is formation lap. So let's talk a bit in detail. I'm starting on mediums, and race is going to start on dries, but at the end it is going to start to rain, and so my plan is to go for mediums all the way until it starts to rain, and so I hope it rains heavy enough so I can box to inters, and hopefully this happens in like lap 15, 18 at maximum, because these mediums don't last that long as the hards. And what can I tell you that I haven't gotten a formation lap from a league race, I don't know, maybe since F122. Like when we moved to F123, they straight out removed the formation lap, and I don't know, like if I have gotten like 1 or 2 league races which we have formation lap, but I don't know, maybe that didn't happen. That was this is the first time I have formation lap in a league race since almost 2 years ago. But well, I'm heating up my tires a little bit, and Luciao is lagging a little bit, and that's a little bit stressful. And oh no, I made contact a little bit, and that means that I get my starting position reset, and that's why I was a little bit stressed, because Luciao was lagging and could have made me contact him. Well, it happened, but not because he lagged, but I was too slow and he got a little bit impatient. So I'm starting P9 with a little bit of disadvantage, a few meters off from P8, and we are waiting for everybody else to position themselves, and now they have done it. So we are about to begin this race, and the 5 red lights are turning on. Now they have, and we are underway for round number 7 in the GLS Diamond category in Imola, and it's a decent getaway for me. And there's Will to Will into Tamborello, and Milton's on the outside. Oh my god, there's some chaos a little bit, and oh, I got a Kotobu has spins, and that is Jorge Chavez. And I get up into P8. And Geist is a little bit slow, and I might actually overtake him down the inside into Tosa. But I was a little bit squished, and I couldn't have much traction. And we head into turns 9 and 10. And Bustler is letting his AI drive, and Maikito is trying to overtake me around the outside, and my god, into Aqua Minerale I overtook down the inside Bustler, and this is not Aqua Minerale, that is Variante Alta. I said that it was Aqua Minerale that chicane when I was telling that I was, well, in the previous race in the gold category, I was telling that chicane Variante Alta was Aqua Minerale, so yeah, quick correction. But anyways, on lap 5 I was still in P6, but the thing is that Milton and the guys both have 3-second time penalties, and that means that I'll be up to P4 with the penalties applied, and into Tamborello they both crashed and spun, and I get up to P5. Well, no, Milton did not crash. A guys crashed with a lap car, maybe. Yeah, a lap car. Lap car crashed him, and Milton, well, because he wasn't involved in that crash, gap increased to 3.4 seconds, and now he won't get demoted by the penalty, and so I'm down to 5th even with the penalties applied. And then Lepasam disintegrates me, but only him, because he's pretty fast, and Milton pits, and safety car got deployed, and it was deployed so late that I missed the pit entry, and I could have boxed right there, but well, I'm gonna box for hearts because there's safety car, and it is lap 10, and looks like rain is not coming anytime soon, so I'm not risking to endure with my mediums all the way till the rain, and maybe rain will come, but in like a lap 18, lap 20, and my mediums will be disintegrated. So yeah, I'm not risking. I'm gonna box for cards. Fortunately, the delta is still there, so I'm not losing that much time, kinda. And actually, I ended up gaining a place, and we are racing once again on lap 14. Unfortunately, I'm slow enough that I cannot catch Leposama. Instead, Milton is catching me, and he goes to the outside into Tamborello, and I couldn't defend that much. I break it not so late, and there he got a great traction exiting turn 2, and I dropped down to P6, and he vanishes to the front, and on lap 18 Luciao is down to 5th, and I'm pretty far away from him, 3.7 seconds, and now it's beginning to rain, finally. So I made a right call to box for hards during the safety car instead of staying out on mediums, because I don't know, maybe I would have actually gotten a puncture on this lap, or maybe like 89%. Nah, there's no way I would have endured 18 laps on mediums. And looks like rain isn't dropping pretty heavy right now, and it is slowly getting heavier instead of that quick heavy fall that it was going, but it is getting a bit heavier, maybe heavy enough for me to box in this lap. Now I'm running wide, so yeah, I'm calling for Inters ending this lap. And after everybody else pitted for Inters, I went back to 6th, and fortunately I had a calm way to the end of the race, just trying to not fall on this rainy situation, and I did it. I managed to not bottle, and I finished in 6th. Yeah, nothing much happened after I boxed for Inters, and well, that's it. I finished 6th, and I managed to have my redemption. That's my thing. I wanted to have redemption, and I kinda did. Yeah, I consider it as redemption. I finally did a decent race in the diamond category. We see that Cenote and Milton won. Well, it was a 1-2 for these drivers. Cenote won the race, and Lepasan finishing third. He's a beast. He's a beast. He's pretty fast. And meanwhile, Cesar Aguilar and I were the only ones who finished without any single penalty. Like, yeah, I think that this circuit has ridiculous track limits. Like, it's impossible. It's impossible to not exceed any track limits. It's impossible. Fortunately, I managed to not exceed the track limits and not get warnings more than 2 times. And that's one of the reasons I finished in 6th, because I did not have any penalties. But like, if I had a 3 time penalty, I was still finishing 6th, but still, like, I did a clean race, a clean race with Cesar Aguilar, and well, that's it, guys. Hope you have enjoyed this video, and see you guys in the next race, which is in Monaco. Goodbye.